So next chapter for us here is profits prior to incorporation. What exactly do we mean by profits prior to incorporation? Clear? What exactly do we mean by profits prior to incorporation? As the name suggests, clear? As the name suggests, these are the profits earned by a company before the incorporation of company or after the incorporation of a company. Tell me. The name itself tells you these are the profits incurred before a company is incorporated or after a company is incorporated. Simple. Before the company is incorporated. Clear? Now let us take a small example. Clear? Let us take a small example. There is a partnership firm. Clear? There is a small partnership firm. Clear? There is a small partnership firm. Clear? Now this partnership firm sold its business. Clear? This partnership firm sold its business, or you can say sold. Clear? Sold its business to XYZ Private Limited. XYZ Private Limited, a company. It is nothing but a partnership firm is converting into what? A partnership firm is converting into a company. Clear? A partnership firm is converting into a company, and for that what happened? Partnership firm sold its business to a company. I hope you got this point. Situation is like partnership firm is getting converted into a company called XYZ Private Limited, and you know what it will do? It has stopped its business as a partnership firm and transferred all its business to whom? Sold all its business to whom? XYZ Private Limited. Now tell the date when it applies for, clear, the date when the partnership firm applies for registration as a company. Clear? The date when the partnership firm applies for the registration of a company. You think the same day registration of a company will happen? The same day incorporation will happen? Is it practically possible? No. Documents have to be submitted, procedure will be there, lot of things will be there. So what happens? Clear, in between this, partnership firm sold its business to whom? A company. From this date, clear. Now let us say for example, this is, let us say for example, 1st October 2020. Clear? 1st October 2020. Clear? Partnership firm sold its business to a company which is yet to be incorporated. Clear? Which is yet to be incorporated on 1st October 2020. Now, on 1st October 2020, XYZ Private Limited applies for conversion of partnership firm into XYZ Private Limited. You think on the same day registration will happen, or it will take time? Sir, it will take lot of time. It may take 10 days, 15 days, 1 month, 2 months, depending upon what? Submission of documents, submission of correct documents basically. Clear? It will take a lot of time. Till this time, you think business will be completely closed? You think partnership firm पूरा close हो गया, company is not there, business will they close? Will they close their complete operations? Will they close their complete operations, or operations will be running? Will they close their complete operations, or operations will be running? Situation is like partnership firm has sold, partnership firm closed, firm has closed, and problem here, company is not yet registered. Partnership firm is sold, but company is not yet registered. Clear? Company is not yet registered. Incorporation of the company has not yet happened. In that case, clear? In that case, you think will the business stop or not? Will the business stop? No, business will keep running. Partnership firm, same books of accounts will be there. What books of accounts are used by partnership firm? Same books of accounts with sale, purchases. Clear? All the other transactions will be kept on recording. They will keep on recording. The only thing is that here books of accounts will remain same. There will be no change in the books of accounts. Only thing what is happening here, partnership firm is getting converted into company. Rest everything will remain same. Books of accounts, debtors, creditors, clear, stock, everything will remain same. Only thing what here problem is conversion is happening. But problem now, problem comes here is after partnership company has sold its business to company. I repeat, after partnership firm has sold its business to a company, is partnership there now? No, partnership firm is discontinued. Partnership firm is discontinued, and company is not yet incorporated. And the company is not yet incorporated. But problem here, business is running now. So till the business is incorporated, till the company is incorporated, any profits earned, I repeat, till the business, till the company is incorporated, any profits earned will be considered as what? Pre-incorporation or post-incorporation profits? Pre-incorporation profits. After the company is incorporated, any profits beyond that will be considered as what? Post-incorporation profits. Clear? I hope you understood the example. Clear? So I'll repeat again. Partnership firm has sold its business to a company called XYZ Private Limited. It's nothing but its own company. Partnership firm is converting into company. After the partnership firm sells itself to a company, is partnership existing or not? After the partnership firm sells its business to a company, is partnership firm existing? No. Is company incorporated on the same day? Is company incorporated on the same day? No. Now, during this period, purchase, sale, everything will happen, right? Will business stop? No. Business will continue. Business will continue. Now tell that whatever profits are there, is it partnership firm's profit? Is it partnership for profit? No. Why it is closed? Is it company's profit? No. Is it company's profit? No or yes? Clear. Company is not yet registered. That is why it is not considered as a profit. It is considered as what? Pre-incorporation profits. That is called what? Profits or losses prior to incorporation. Sir, I can have profit also. I can have loss also. It's not that only profits. Clear. It's not that only profits. It can be profits also. It can be losses also. I hope you got this point now. Clear? Now, so let us say, for example, now what to do? Tell me the trial balance prepared by clear the trial balance will remain same or not? This is my trial balance. Now tell, is partnership firm and company different? Technically it is different. Partnership firm is different, company is different, but books of accounts are same or different? Books of accounts are both are same or different? Books of accounts are same, right? Same trial balance will be there, same P&L account will be there, same balance sheet will be there, right? Books of accounts will remain same. There will be no change in books of accounts. So for you, one trial balance will be given or two trial balances will be given? For you, one trial balance will be given or two? One trial balance will be given. For me, one P&L account or two? Only one. Sir, when one trial balance is given, what is our job? What should I do then? What should I do? When one trial balance is given, what should I do then? I should convert, clear, what should I do now? This trial balance ka whatever figures are there. My job as a student is to do what? Divide whatever incomes, expenses are given in what? Pre-incorporation period and post-incorporation period. Clear? So whatever, I repeat, whatever expenses, income are given, I have to convert into what? Pre-incorporation and post-incorporation period. Let us say for example, salaries. Clear? ये है अपना debit. Clear? ये है debit and credit. Clear? Let us take this is debit, this is credit. Debit, credit. Salaries, let us say for example 10,000. This is for 12 months, right? Complete year ke liye it is 12 months. What should I do now? Will I also take 10,000? Total column mein 10,000 will only come. Total column mein 10,000 will come. But this 10,000 I should divide into how many parts? Two parts. Pre-incorporation, post-incorporation. Wages, again pre-incorporation, post-incorporation. Sales, pre-incorporation, post-incorporation. Electricity, pre-incorporation, post-incorporation. Simple. So whatever details are given to you, clear, that details will give given to you. Combination details will be given to you. Clear? Bifurcation we need to do. Sir, bifurcation also if they are only doing, what will I do then? Clear? So question mein, what is our job? Sir, our job is only one thing. Clear? Our job is only one thing. Divide the profits into what? Pre-incorporation and post-incorporation profits. Clear? Our job is what, sir? Our job is to divide pre-incorporation and post-incorporation profits. Clear? So profit, clear? Profit, or you can say loss also. Profit or loss, whatever it is. Profit I have to divide into how many parts? Two parts. Clear? Pre-incorporation, clear? Pre-incorporation and post-incorporation. Clear? Pre-incorporation and post-incorporation. Pre-incorporation profits should be transferred. Clear? Pre-incorporation profits are considered as capital in nature. Capital in nature. Now tell me, before the company incorporates, all the expenses incurred are, promoters will incur expenses or not? Before registering a company, before incorporation a company, they are capital in nature or non-capital in nature? Capitalized, right? So pre-incorporation profits are capital in nature. That is why they should be transferred to which account? Capital reserve account. Clear? Capital reserve account. Clear? Capital reserve account. And post incorporation profits are transfer are what? Capital in nature? No, they are revenue in nature. Clear? They are what? Revenue in nature. And they should be transferred to which account? Profit and loss account. Simple. Profit and loss account. Clear? Both will go to liability side of balance sheet only, right? P&L account will also go to liability side of balance sheet. Capital reserve will also go to liability side of balance sheet. True or false? True or false? Now, but what is the difference then? What is the difference? Can I you clear capital reserve is general reserve or specific reserve? Tell me, capital reserve is general reserve or specific reserve? So it is specific reserve. Simple. Clear? This is specific reserve. This is specific reserve. Clear? And profit and loss is what? Specific reserve or free reserve? Specific reserve or free reserve? Free reserves. Clear? This is free reserve. So can I use capital reserve for redemption of preference shares? Can I use capital reserve for redemption of preference shares? No. Can I use it for payment of dividend? No. But can I use a P&L account for redemption of preference shares, redemption of debentures, payment of dividend, etc., etc.? Yes, I can use. Clear? So our job is only one thing. What? Divide how much profit should go to capital reserve and how much profit should go to P&L account. Clear? I repeat, our job is what? Our job is only to decide how much profit will go to capital reserve and how much profit will go to P&L account. Now tell me, can I withdraw capital money from capital reserve till the company is closed? Simple. Can I remove the money from capital reserve till the company is closed? No. I cannot. Now let us say drawings. Drawings means what? Withdrawing the money from business, right? Drawings means what? Withdrawing the money from business. Can I withdraw complete capital reserve till the company is closed? Sir, capital, when is it repaid to you? When is capital repaid to you? When you invest in the business, capital is repaid to you now or at the time of closure? At the time of closure. So can I remove the money from capital reserve? Can I remove the money from capital reserve before liquidation of a company or before closure of a company? No. Can I remove complete money from P&L account? Yes. That is a free reserve. You remove whenever you want. Now problem here, in case if you transfer rather than capital reserve, clear? The profit which I had to transfer to capital reserve, what I have done? I have transferred it to free reserves, that is P&L account. Clear? The amount what I had to transfer, let us say 10 crore rupees, I had to transfer to capital reserve, but I don't know what to do, what not to do. What I have done, pre-incorporation cut 10 crore rupees, I have transferred it to P&L account. Then in that case, what happens? This reserve which I cannot use has become what? Free reserve. Since I had no idea what to do, what not to do, pre-incorporation profits also I transferred it to P&L account. Then what happened to 10 crore rupees which I had to go to capital reserve account went to which account? P&L account. In that case, what happened? People, the owners of the business withdrew 10 crores from business and business is running into losses. Because of your one mistake, rather than transferring it to capital reserves, you have transferred it to P&L account. People withdrew the money from P&L account thinking that it is free reserves and started using the money. Because of this, what happened? Company started running into losses. You will go to jail, right? You will go to jail. Simple, no other option. You will be responsible as a chartered accountant. So that is why deciding which amount should go to capital reserve and which amount should go to P&L account is very important. Clear? Because if in case rather than transferring it to which account? Capital reserve, you transfer to P&L account, what will happen? People will withdraw the money and business will run into losses. Clear? No. Any doubts as of now? Any doubts as of now? No. Now let us say how to use, clear, what purpose to use, for what purpose can I use, clear, pre and post incorporation profits. incorporation profits. Clear? For what purpose? Sir, pre-incorporation profits are called as what? Capital reserve. Clear? And post-incorporation profits are called what? Revenue reserves. Or you can say P&L account, profit and loss account. So am I telling something on my own? I am not telling anything on my own. Who is telling this capital reserve and it should be transferred to P&L account? I am not telling anything. Sir, law is telling. Pre-incorporation profits, law is asking me to transfer to capital reserve. Post-incorporation, it is asking me to transfer to P&L account. Simple. Clear? Law is telling. I am not telling anything on my own. Point number one. What are the purposes I can use for? I can use it for issue of, clear? I can use it for issue of bonus shares. Clear? I can use it for issue of bonus shares. Clear? Next, I can use it for paying, clear, paying partly paid up shares. Partly paid up shares. Clear? If I have to convert partly paid up shares into fully paid up, clear? If I have to convert partly paid up shares into fully paid up, I can use capital reserves. Clear? Next, to write off, preliminary expenses. Clear? To write off preliminary expenses. I hope everyone knows preliminary expenses. Expenses incurred before incorporation of a company. Preliminary expenses, right? Next, I can also use it for to write off goodwill. Clear? To write off goodwill on acquisition. Goodwill on acquisition. Sir, what is goodwill on acquisition? What is goodwill? I am buying your business. Your business worth is 10 crore rupees. Clear? Worth of your business is 10 crore rupees. I am paying you 11 crore rupees. Clear? The worth of your business is 10 crore rupees. I am paying you 11 crore rupees. Did I pay more or less? Did I pay more or less? I have paid more. How much more I have paid? 1 crore. That 1 crore is what? Goodwill. I can write off goodwill using what? Capital reserve. Clear? Net effect I can take. Advanced accounts में amalgamation chapter में these adjustments will be there. Clear? Next, then to write down overvalued assets. Clear? To write down overvalued assets. What is overvaluation? What is overvaluation? Valuing more than or less? Valuing more or less? 10 crore, clear, 10 lakhs worth of asset I have written as 10 lakh 50,000. 10 lakhs worth of asset I have overvalued and written it as 10 lakh 50,000. That excess 50,000 is called what? Overvalued amount. That I can adjust using what? I can adjust using capital reserves. Clear? So these are the purposes for which I can use capital reserve during what? Profit prior to incorporation. Clear? Next. Then revenue reserves. Clear? Pre-incorporation profits. Pre-incorporation profits, as you already know, these are free reserves. I can use it for any purpose. Clear? I can use it for any purpose. Any doubts as of now? Written any doubts as of now? No. But what happens in case of post, clear, what happens in case of post incorporation losses? Post incorporation losses. Clear? Post incorporation losses, sorry, pre incorporation losses. What happens in case of pre incorporation losses? Clear? What happens in case of pre incorporation losses? Sir, if it is post incorporation profit, if it is post incorporation loss, you know what to do. It's like general P&L account. But sir, if it is pre incorporation, clear, pre incorporation loss, then what to do? Clear? I repeat, pre incorporation profits, what did I ask you to do? Transfer it to capital reserve. I repeat, pre incorporation profits, what you have to do? Transfer it to P&L account. Transfer it to capital reserve. Post incorporation profit, post incorporation loss is nothing but our P&L account. So how to use P&L account? Since we have seen in redemption of preference shares also, it's a free reserve. But what happens if it is a pre-incorporation loss? Sir, pre-incorporation loss, I repeat, pre-incorporation loss should be transferred to an account called goodwill. Clear? I repeat, pre-incorporation loss should be transferred to which account? Goodwill. And where can I adjust, sir, this one? I can adjust in post-incorporation profits. Clear? Post-incorporation profits. Clear? Post-incorporation profits. Or I can set off against capital profits. Capital profits. Just now I've written right here. Goodwill on acquisition, what I can do? I can adjust in capital reserve. Same thing I've written here. Clear? Same thing I've written here. Next, I can also add it to cost of goodwill. Clear? Add to cost of goodwill. Clear? Add to cost of goodwill on what? On acquisition of business. Clear? So point number one, listen very carefully. How many types of profits will be there? Two types. Pre-incorporation profit, pre-incorporation loss. Post-incorporation profit, post-incorporation loss. Sir, post-incorporation profit or loss means what? Our P&L account. Do you know what to do with profit or loss with P&L account? Everyone knows from childhood. Childhood in the sense, since this time you started learning accounts, you are doing the same thing. And pre-incorporation profits, where should I transfer? Pre-incorporation profits, where should I transfer? Which account? Pre-incorporation profits, capital reserve. Pre-incorporation losses, which account? Goodwill account. Can I set off pre-incorporation loss with post-incorporation profit? Can I set off pre-incorporation losses with capital profits? Capital profits means I cannot use them for declaration of dividend. Non-free reserves. Can I add it to cost of goodwill during acquisition? Next. Capital reserve, that is pre-incorporation profit, can I use it to write off preliminary expenses? Can I use it for can I use it for converting partly paid up shares into fully paid up? Can I use it for writing off an overvalued asset? Can I use it for issuing bonus shares? Clear? I hope you understood. So the only job what we have from the time I started this chapter, I'm telling divide the profits into capital and profit, clear revenue. Because if this bifurcation is wrong, it will be really difficult for us to clear uh, understand the correct situation of a business. Now let us understand. Clear? Now I told you all expenses should be divided, right? All expenses should be divided. Sir, how to divide? Clear? All expenses I told you should divide. But sir, how to divide? What is the basis? What is the basis for bifurcation of income and expenses? Clear? Now let us see basis. Clear? Basis of apportionment. Clear? Apportionment. Basis of apportionment. Apportionment means what? Division, bifurcation. Clear? Division or bifurcation. How to bifurcate? Clear? Now let us see. Now, gross profit. Clear? Gross profit or gross loss. Now tell. Gross profit is calculated on what basis? Gross profit is calculated on what basis? Gross profit is calculated on what basis? Sales. So which ratio? Sales ratio, right? Clear? So gross profit or gross loss should be transferred on the basis of which ratio? Sales ratio. Clear? Next. There are basically two ratios. Sales ratio is there, time ratio is there. Clear? Sales ratio is there, time ratio is there. How to calculate sales ratio? How to calculate time ratio? We will see when we start with problems. Clear? I think this much very small explanation is there, very small chapter. Problems, number of problems are high, but chapter is very small. Clear? Next, expenses. Clear? Common expenses. Common expenses. Common expenses are there. Like what are common expenses? Yani overheads. Like let us say for example salaries. Now simple example I'll tell you. Let us say for example right now business is happening or not. Many businesses are happening or closed. Now let us say for example my academy. I have my own academy. Now tell my academy is open or closed right now. My academy is closed right now. My academy is closed, but still I'm paying rent or not. Rent will depend upon, you think my rent, salaries, electricity will depend upon number of students. If number of students are 100, electricity department will ask more electricity. Rent fellow will that owner will ask more rent. Employees will ask more salary. Obviously no, right? Obviously no. So salaries is there, clear. Rent is there. Electricity, clear. Electricity is there. Then printing and stationery is there. Clear? Printing and stationery is there. Clear? Printing and stationery is there. Then telephone charges, etc., etc. Clear? Tell me, these are fluctuating expenses or fixed expenses? These are fluctuating expenses or fixed expenses? Fixed expenses, right? Clear? These are fixed. So fixed expenses always on which ratio? Time ratio. Clear? Which ratio? Time ratio. Time ratio. Time ratio means how much, let us say for example, out of 12 months, 4 months are pre-incorporation. Out of 12 months, as per the question, out of 12 months, 4 months are pre-incorporation and 8 months is post-incorporation. Clear? Then how? 4 is to 8. Clear? 4 is to 8. What? Electricity? Electricity is semi-variable. I am talking about electricity uh, depending upon my turnover. Will electricity change depending upon my turnover? That's what I'm talking. I'm talking from turnover point of view. Is it related to turnover? No. Clear? No. Next. So common expenses, I hope salaries is there, rent, electricity, printing and stationery, telephone, my EMIs, loan EMI. When students are more, when sales are more, will they ask me to pay more or EMI will remain fixed? Interest. These are all examples of common expenses. Clear? Next. Clear? Then we have expenses related to sales. Expenses related to sales. Expenses related to sales. Clear? Expenses related to sales. Obviously, expenses related to sales means what? Sales ratio. But what are these? Now, let us say, for example, commission. Commission on sales. Which ratio? Sales ratio, right? Clear? Commission on sales is there. Then what else will be there? Advertisement expenses. Clear? Advertisement expenses are there. Selling and distribution. Clear? Selling and distribution expenses, etc., etc. Anything related to sales will go to which ratio? Sales ratio, right? Clear? Sales ratio. Next. So first we have seen gross profit, which will be based on sales ratio. Then we have seen common expenses. Now tell, expenses related to sales are fixed or flexible? Expenses related to sales are fixed or flexible? Flexible, right? Simple. Sir, my sales increases. Clear? These expenses increase. My sales decreases. These expenses will also decrease. Clear? Next. Then we have audit fees. Then we have audit fees. Clear? Audit fees. Clear? Audit fees. Next. Audit fees. Clear? Audit fees. How many types of audit are there? Two audits. Company audit and tax audit, right? Company audit is there. Tax audit is there. Now tell, tax will you pay on what? Tax audit में I think tax हो गया शायद, income tax section 44 AB हो गया, section 44 AB income tax का. Now tell, now my tax audit depends upon what? Turnover, right? If my turnover exceeds a particular limit, tax audit is applicable. If my turnover is below a certain limit, tax audit is not applicable. Clear? Turnover means what? Turnover means what? Turnover means what? Sales. So tax audit will be based on which ratio? Tax audit will be based on which ratio? Sales ratio. Tax audit fees will depend upon which ratio? Sales ratio. Next, company audit will happen when? Before incorporation or after incorporation? Company audit will happen when? Before incorporation or after? So it will go to what? Post incorporation, right? Complete amount will go where? Complete amount will go, not time ratio. Complete amount will go to post incorporation period. Clear? Pre incorporation may audit will not happen, right? Post incorporation may everything will go. Clear? Next. Then we have, clear? Then we have fifth one, post incorporation, right? Post incorporation. Some expenses will go directly to post incorporation period. Clear? some expenses will directly go to post incorporation period. Say for example, uh, let us say for example, interest on debentures. Interest on debentures. Clear? Interest on debentures. Tell who can issue a company? Who can issue a company? I'm sorry. Who can issue debentures? Who can issue debentures? Company. Can a company issue debentures before incorporation or after incorporation? After incorporation. That is why complete amount will go to post incorporation period, right? Next, share issue expenses. Share issue expenses. Again, after incorporation. Next, directors fees. Director fees. This also goes to post incorporation. Director remuneration. Clear? Director remuneration. Next, underwriting commission. Clear? Underwriting commission. Company formation expenses. Now tell me, preliminary expenses are written off before incorporation or after incorporation of a company? Preliminary expenses are incurred before incorporation of a company, but they are written off after incorporation of a company. For how many years? Should I write off completely to P&L account or over a period of time? How many years? This concept you might have studied in income tax also, in company law also. Clear? So even though pre-incorporation expenses, I repeat, even though preliminary expenses are incurred before the incorporation of a company, I have to write them off after the incorporation of a company. So I will write formation expenses. Formation expenses. To my knowledge, I think it should be 5 years, not 8 years. Clear? It should be 5 years to my knowledge. Clear? Just confirm with your law faculty once, because it should be 5 years. So these all expenses will go where? These all expenses will go to post incorporation period. Post incorporation period. These all expenses will go where? These all expenses will go to post incorporation period. Clear? Now, last one we have clear, interest on purchase consideration. Purchase consideration means amount paid to purchase your business, right? I told you that partnership firm is sold to a company. Now tell, partnership firm is sold to a company. Should a company pay money to firm to purchase them or not? Partnership firm is sold to a company. Should company pay some money to partners or not? That company, whatever money company is paying to partners is called what? Purchase consideration. Clear? And this purchase consideration can be either pre-incorporation and post-incorporation. Clear? It will be both pre and post incorporation. Clear? So based on the date, what do I need to do? I need to divide. Up to the date of incorporation, it will go to pre-incorporation period. After the date of incorporation, it will go to post-incorporation period. Clear? I hope you got the point. Now, anyone has any doubts as of now? So can you please make a note? So let us start with problems. Yeah. Question number 1. Clear? Question number 1. The promoters of Glorious Limited took over on behalf of the company a running business with effect from 1st April 2000 X1. Clear? So when have they taken their business from? 1st April 20 X1. The company got incorporated on 1st August 2011. Clear? So when was the clear, business was taken from 1st April. Clear? Business was taken from 1st April. And when was the company incorporated? 1st August. 1st April to 1st August. Pre-incorporation or post-incorporation? Company incorporated on 1st August. So any transaction before 1st August is pre or post? Pre. So 1st April to 1st August. Pre-incorporation period. How many months? How many months? 4 months. Clear? How many months? 4 months. And what will be our post incorporation period? And how much will be our post incorporation period? Obviously 8 months. Clear? Obviously it will be 8 months. So what is our time ratio? Time ratio is 4 is to 8, or can I say 1 is to 2? Clear? Time ratio is 4 is to 8 or 1 is to 2. Clear? Next. The annual accounts were made up to 31st March 2012, which revealed the sales from the whole year total to 1600 lakhs. Total sales is 1600 lakhs, out of which sales till 31st July were how much? 400 lakhs. Gross profit ratio was 25%. Clear? Now, first let us calculate the time ratio. Clear? Solution number 1. Solution number 1. Clear? So what we'll do here, working notes I will calculate on next page. Working notes. Working notes. Clear? Now working notes mein what are the ratios we have to calculate? First one we have to calculate is time ratio, right? Time ratio. First one we have to calculate is time ratio. Time ratio. Clear? First one we have to calculate is time ratio. Next, pre-incorporation period. Pre-incorporation period. From which date? 1st April 20x1 to 31st July 20x1. How many months? 4 months. Clear? Post-incorporation period. From which date? 1st August 20x1 to 31st March 20x2. How many months? 8 months. So 4 is to 8. Clear? So 4 is to 8 or 1 is to 2 is what? Time ratio. Simple. Next. Second one what we have to calculate? Sales ratio, right? Here second one we have to calculate is sales ratio. Now here what is given to us? How much is the total sales? Total sales is 1600 lakhs. Clear? Total sales is 1600 lakhs. Out of which how much is up to 31st July, that is pre-incorporation? 400. Pre-incorporation sales, how much they have told? 400 lakhs. Clear? And how much will be the post-incorporation then? 1600 minus 400, that is 1200. So it will be 400 is to 1200, or can I say 1 is to 3 ratio? Clear? Can I say 1 is to 3 ratio? Simple. So what is the sales ratio? 1 is to 3. And what is the time ratio? 1 is to 2. Clear? Next. Anyone having any doubts here? Anyone having any doubts? Okay. So let us continue. Clear? Let us continue. So these are the expenses given to us. Salaries 69 lakhs. Which ratio? Salaries which ratio? Clear? Salaries which ratio? Time ratio. Clear? Next, rent rates and insurance which ratio? Time ratio. Sundry office expenses 66 lakhs. Travelers commission 16 lakhs. Discount allowed how much? 12 lakhs. Bad debts 4 lakhs. Directors fees 25 lakhs. Tax audit fees 9 lakhs. Depreciation 12 lakhs. Clear? And what else is given? Debenture interest is given 11 lakhs. What are they asking us to prepare? Prepare a statement showing the calculation of profits for pre-incorporation and post-incorporation periods. Clear? So to prepare, to divide the profits into or losses into pre and post-incorporation, we need two ratios. What are those? Time ratio, sales ratio. What is the time ratio we got? 1 is to 2. And what is the sales ratio we got? 1 is to 3. Using this, what we will do? We will prepare the pre and post incorporation period ka P&L account. Clear? Now, statement showing clear? Statement showing calculation of profits. Clear? Profits for pre-incorporation and post incorporation periods. Clear? Post incorporation periods. Clear? Statement showing calculation of profits for pre and post incorporation periods. Clear? Now what we'll do here, we will divide this multiple columns. Will take, first is particulars. Clear? First one is particulars, and then we will take total amount. Clear? Total amount. Then we will take total amount. Clear? Then we will take basis of allocation. Then we will take allocation basis. Clear? Allocation basis. Then we will take pre-incorporation and post-incorporation. Clear? So this should be our heading: particulars, total amount, allocation basis, pre and post. Now let us see first one. First, what we have to do? Gross profit, right? Gross profit is calculated on what? Gross profit is calculated on what? Sales. How much is the total sales? How much is the total sales? 1600. On that, how much is the gross profit ratio? 25%. Can you calculate 1600 into 25%? How much? 400. Very good. Clear? So this will be, first one will be what? First one will be gross profit. Clear? First one will be gross profit. Clear? Gross profit. Clear? Gross profit. How did we calculate? 1600 into 25%, right? 25%. How much it is the total amount? 400. Now tell, what should be the allocation basis? How should I allocate? Which ratio? Sales ratio. How much is the sales ratio we are having? What is the sales ratio? 1:3. Can you divide 1:3 and tell how much it will be? Divide in 1:3 ratio and tell me how much it will be. 100 rupees and 300. Clear? 100 and 300. Simple. Next. After this, what is the next thing given to us? Salaries. 69 lakhs. Clear? Salaries 69 lakhs. Clear? Salaries 69 lakhs. Salaries will be on which basis? Salaries will be on which basis? Time ratio. Very good. How much is the time ratio? 1:2. Can you divide this and tell me? 69 divided into 1:2 ratio. 23 lakhs and 46 lakhs. Clear? Next. Then we have rent, rates and insurance, 24 lakhs. Rent, rates and insurance. Rent, rates and insurance. Clear? Rent, rates and insurance. How much it was? 24 lakhs. Which ratio? Again, time ratio. Divide and tell me in time ratio how much it will be. 1:2 mein. Divide. 8 and 16 lakhs. Clear? Next. What is the next thing given to us? Sundry office expenses, 66 lakhs. Clear? Sundry office expenses. 66 lakhs. Which ratio? Which ratio? Sundry office expenses. Which ratio? Time ratio, right? Time ratio. It will be 22 and 44. Very good. Next. Then we have, clear? Then we have what? Travelers commission, 16 lakhs. Clear? Travelers commission, 16 lakhs. Clear? Travelers commission, 16 lakhs. Tell me, travelers commission which ratio? Travelers commission is paid for sales, right? Travelers commission is paid on sales. So what ratio it should be? Sales ratio. Can you divide in sales ratio and tell me? 1:3 mein. Divide. 4 and 12. Clear? 4 lakhs, 12 lakhs. Next. Discount allowed, 12 lakhs. Discount allowed, 12 lakhs. Discount allowed, 12 lakhs. Tell me, discount allowed on which ratio? Discount allowed will be on which ratio? Sales ratio. How much it will be? 3 and 9. Clear? Next. Bad debts, which ratio? 4 lakhs. Sales ratio. Simple. Tell me how much it will be. 1 and 3, right? 1 lakh and 3 lakhs. Director's fees 25 lakhs. Director's fees 25 lakhs. Fees 25 lakhs. Where should I? Pre, post, or how? It should be completely post incorporation. Clear? 25 lakhs. Next. Tax audit fees 9 lakhs. Tax audit fees 9 lakhs. Tax audit fees, clear? 9 lakhs. Which ratio? Tax audit fees, which ratio? Sales ratio. So can you divide and tell? How much it should be? 2.25 and 6.75. Clear? 2.25, 6.75. 2.25 and 6.75. Clear? 2.25, 6.75. Next, what they told you? Next, depreciation 12 lakhs. Depreciation. Depreciation 12 lakhs. Which ratio? Depreciation, which ratio? Time ratio. Simple. Time ratio. 4 lakhs, 8 lakhs. Clear? 4 lakhs, 8 lakhs. Next. Debenture interest 11 lakhs. Debenture interest 11 lakhs. Debenture interest. Clear? 11 lakhs. Where should I take? Post. Clear? Post. So I will take 11 lakhs. Clear? ये हो गया अपना total. Now let us calculate net profit. Clear? Let us calculate net profit. Clear? Net profit. Can you calculate net profit and tell? 400 minus these items. First tell me total column ka, you tell first. $67.25 pre-incorporation. Okay, $67.25 pre-incorporation. Check once again. It should not be 63 because see so many big amounts are there. Can you just check once again? Check once again pre-incorporation ka. And net profit is gross profit, right? Gross profit minus these expenses will give me net profit. Tell me 100 minus 67.25 how much? Achha, 152 is total profit. Very good. So 100 minus 67.25 how much? Tell me the net profit. 32.75. And how much should be the post incorporation? Obviously it should be 152 minus 32.75. 152 minus 32.75. It should be 119 point, clear? 119.75, right? 119.25. Clear? 119.25. Clear? Now tell me pre-incorporation profit, where will I transfer? This profit where will I transfer? Pre-incorporation profit, where will I transfer? Pre-incorporation net profit, where will I transfer? Pre-incorporation profit, where will I transfer? Capital reserve. Clear? Capital reserve. And post-incorporation profit, where will I transfer? Profit and loss account. Clear? Profit and loss account. Clear? Done? So please make a note of this. Balance we will continue in next class.